Hello, and welcome to the It's Raining Crafts podcast. My name is Raina. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry under SF Chick. Today is Tuesday, November 8th, 2016. It is also election day here in the United States. I got up this morning, I made my coffee, did a few things around here, and then my father-in-law took me to the grocery store, and then he took me so I could vote after. So, because I would have to walk quite a few blocks, and with my back being it's getting better because I was in physical therapy, but still, it could be kind of tweaky. So, today I have no finished objects because I podcasted, when was that? Last week. I saw that the last time I podcasted, I can't remember, but this is episode 31, in case I didn't say that. Sorry. Can we have a moment of silence because it's election day? So today is going to go one of two ways. It's either going to be like, oh my God, this way, or oh my God, that way. And I'm just so glad it's almost over. Here in Pennsylvania, you have about 4.5 more hours to go and vote. But I already voted because my father-in-law kindly waited for me while I went in and casted my vote today for Hillary Clinton. You see, I'm all dressed in blue. So, I have no finished objects, but I have a project that's almost filled to completion. I was working on these socks for my mother-in-law. Her birthday is next week. I got done with the feet. I'm doing these socks in tandem, so I get them done at the same time. So this is the one sock, and I'm going to start the toe decreases. I don't know if I'm going to start it today or if I'm going to start it tomorrow, because elections always make me nervous. I used to work the polls in California when I lived in California, and it was very exhausting, but it was also gratifying to run a successful polling place at the end of the night. So that is one sock. The next sock is right here in this bag. If you could hear my neighbors arguing, don't mind it. So this is the next sock. I started these at the beginning of October, and my mother-in-law's birthday is next week. She will be 65. My mother-in-law is a very, very good person, good-hearted person, and she deserves socks for her birthday. I'm going to make her another pair, but I will talk about that later. So I showed you the socks for her. The next thing that I'm working on is Henry's hat by Johanna Johnson. So here's the pattern. Here's what the hat looks like. I'm making 3 of these for my nephews and my son, so they can all match. So this is Knit Picks Wool of the Andes in the grass colorway. I probably will have more left over when I get finished, but here it is on the needles. So you have the ear flaps over here, and then you have the front flap with the buttonholes that will fold up and show, and they'll be able to button it. But I'm making 2 in the medium size and 1 in the large size, so it's better to do the 2 medium sized ones first because it'll go very quickly. And I have a vacation that's coming up in a couple weeks, and my cat will miss me very much. I know she will. She's sitting outside the door here staring at me. But the next project is another pair of socks. These are commissioned socks for my friend Krista. I am doing them 2 at a time in tandem on size 1.5 circular 9-inch circular needles. I divide for the heel flap. This is Plymouth yarn. Oh, it looks like I have a loose stitch right there. I'll fix that later. But this is Happy Feet and the color number 27 colorway. I have socks out of this color, and I love the Happy Feet, but I think they discontinued the Happy Feet now. So they have it in DK, but I like my Happy Feet socks. So I'm doing those in tandem. Those are on 1.5 needles. One's a Chai-Gu 9-inch circular. The other one is a high up. And on my mother-in-law's socks, I'm also doing 1.5 size needles in the Chai-Gu 9-inch circular needles. Sorry, my project was on my notes as I am talking to you. So the next project that I have is a sockhead hat. On the last podcast, I had my sockhead hat on, but I decided to cast on a new sockhead hat for me. This is Ba Savannah in the frozen colorway I showed you the last time. It's wool and cashmere and nylon. So I started making socks with this yarn. My grandmother-in-law was like, "Oh, you can't put cashmere on your feet." And I was like, and then I came home that night and I'm like, you know what? Graham's right. I can't do that. So I cast it on a hat. This is my Shop So Flow bag, my Mario bag, my nephew, Camden. He's in the Mario big time like I was when I was younger. And he saw it and he will love it. And he saw it and he will love it. He saw it and was like, Mario. And I was like, yeah. And he was telling me about Mario, and I gave him my, they just recently got a Wii back in May. So, I gave them all my Mario games so he could play them. He is so cute, and I can't, So my my son, I'm making 3 hats. So my idea was, since he likes a Mario bag, I'm gonna order him a Mario bag out off the same site that I did. So everybody has their theme. So Cammie's Mario, Tucker is Harry Potter, and my son is Star Wars. I got this from Java Jenny on Etsy, and I will be putting his Christmas hat in here so I can give them to them for Christmas. But I think that is so cute, and I know that my son will love it. So, anyway, the next section I'm calling Wah Wah because it's a big Wah Wah. So, I told you that I'm working on Henry's hat, and Kellen's hat was my second hat, and I was like, oh, let me do one at a time. So I got to my decreases on Camden's hat the other day, and I was like, oh, this is almost done. You know how you get when you get to the end of your row? Sorry, I dropped a stitch. So, you know how you get when you're almost to the end of your row, you're like, oh my God, I'm almost to the end of the row. I can decrease, I can bind off, and I will have another Christmas present done. Because now I have 2 Christmas presents done. I gotta work on some more. Well, 3. But, so, this is Cammie's hat. And I got to the decreases. And then I flipped it right side out and was like, oh man, because I'm not a big DPN user. I carry DPNs with me in the same size the project is in to do heel flaps and Kitchener and hat decreases. I'm a dedicated circular needle person. So I went on YouTube and I noticed that when they transfer their needles, I transfer to the DPNs, they knit as they are going to the DPN. Me, I just slip my stitches, and I think that is where I mess up. So, I tore all the decreases back, I think, and I lost to where I was in the beginning of my round. So I need to go back to Lisa and have her help me figure out where the beginning of my round is on Camden's hat, so I can do the decreases, and then once I get Cal's hat done, I can work on a larger one for Tucker, and it'll all be done. So, I really, really, really was upset when I did that because I'm like, oh, it's for my nephew and he asked for it specifically, and I'm such a horrible aunt because I can't decrease. So, my mother-in-law's like, don't be hard on yourself. I'll just take you back to Lisa and she can help you with it. It's like, oh, but we were just at Lisa's and she was helping me with it. So it's like, oh, I need to go back. And my mother-in-law said, understands, and she's fine with it. Thank goodness I have a wonderful mother-in-law. So, and then my second wah-wah is I was working on my hitchhiker out of Barocco Vintage in the Kingfisher colorway. So I was like, I have a hitchhiker. Why do I need to knit another? I don't know. I think I just went into blue. But then I was like, you know what? This is too much work. So I ripped it, and it's going to be something else. I think I'm going to make mittens out of this. But I need to finish Henry's hats before I cast on my mittens, because for Camden's hat I went to I use a US size 8, and because I'm a loose knitter I went down to a size 7 for Tucker and Kellen. So the next thing that my future endeavors, I have it in my notes as future endeavors, is that I am thinking about sweaters. So the first sweater that I thought of was the Boxy by Joji Locatelli in this color. But I have 3 skeins in this color, and I need to order them all at once to get the same dye lot. So I may be doing that. I'm not a big pullover type of person, but you know, the past few mornings it's been really cold, and it's just like, and my cardigan by Hannah Fettig keeps falling off. So I am certain that I'm going to knit another Hannah Fettig pattern. I knitted the Contented cardigan, and now I'm going to do the calligraphy cardigan. If you don't know it, it has a big button band. It has these huge buttons on it. It looks like it has a big collar. So I think that I'm going to do that in charcoal gray. And when I get done at the craft show in December, I am going to buy my sweater quantity with my work money that I made. So going into the craft show, it is called Grandma's Holiday Craft Show. It is held in Red Lion, Pennsylvania, where I live. It is hosted at the Red Lion Bed and Breakfast at 101 South Franklin Street. I copied and pasted this. It opens November 10th, and it ends on December 11th. And it's Thursday through Sunday. So you walk in, and there's crafts everywhere. Maybe I'll do a Facebook Live when I go to the preview opening tomorrow night with my friend, but there's just crafts everywhere. You look up and there's crafts on the wall. You look down and there's crafts on the floor. Crafts. It's an overwhelming experience if you have never been there. But I am a crafter. In the last podcast, I think that I remember showing you my ornaments that my mother did for me. And I have and I have hats for sale. I didn't put my Etsy store on a break because I have customers who order for Christmas and stuff around this time of year. So they can contact me that way, and I can make their hats, and it's easier through Etsy. What is that? Oh, never mind. So anyway, I hope that you vote. I hope that the country goes the way that you wanted to go. I hope the country goes the way that I wanted to go. So, that's it for now. And I will talk to you soon. Happy knitting.